Hi, I'm Nick.
I'm Jean-Luc.
And we're the Wellness Warriors.
Also known as the WWE Gays.
And it's another episode of
Have You Met
Wanda? Hi, Wanda.
Hi guys.
How's it going?
Great.
So glad to have you with us today.
We love this new series because it's really allowed us to meet people even a little bit more personally. Like, we know your name, we've seen you posting in our group. We don't know your entire story. So getting this opportunity to speak to you one-on-one is such a fun thing for us. So get started?
Yeah. So first things first, Wanda, can you introduce yourself, just who you are, where you're from, just a general description of your journey, whatever you feel like sharing about yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here and to share my journey and my story with you guys. I feel like we're all on the same level here, right? Like, we can all share, depending on where we're at in our journey. We feel like we've all been there. Anyways, my journey started 16 years ago, really. I've been a Weight Watcher since 1975. Since I was like 25, I'd lost 100 pounds back then, 50 on my own, if the last 50 with Weight Watchers, but it wasn't the healthy way. It was, I'm going to fast for 3 days. I'm just going to drink water, and then I'd faint. And so quickly, I put my weight back on and then some. So anyways, 16 years ago, I'd had enough. I was at 289 and a half. My sons had weight problems. So was my husband. And so I said, that's it. I can't live like this anymore. So I went to the doctors. They were, my father-in-law just lost 40 pounds. They had this special pill, diet pill that you could take. So, and I was at my lowest low, yet my highest high, right? And I went to the doctors, to the clinic, and I said, I need something to help me. I can't do it anymore. I was just beside myself. And he said, no, they've just been taken off the market because they cause heart palpitations. So I was just devastated, right? And so I think my daughter saw, my whole family knew for all of my life, I was trying to lose weight. She said, Mom, let's go to Weight Watchers. She'd heard that, Weight Watchers was a success for me before.
It works.
Yeah, it works, exactly. And so we went, and she lost 40 pounds. I lost 40 pounds. And I lost 80 pounds. It's slowly, though. I hear people saying, I want to lose it tomorrow. We all do, right? But it doesn't happen that way. So I lost 80 pounds over 5 years, 30 pounds the first year, 30 the second, 15, 5 and 5. And then I retired. And I thought, I don't need Weight Watchers. I can do this on my own, right? Like, haven't we all said that?
I think we all have, every single one of us.
I think Weight Watchers should put money into the whole sentence. I got this.
Yeah,
I got exactly.
How many times have we all said it?
Like a swear jar.
Exactly. So, I gained 40 of the 80 pounds I had lost in 3 years. And I thought, I got to get back because I know what's going to happen. I need Weight Watchers. I know that. So I went as a member. I got down to 192 from 289 and a half, and it stopped. It stopped for a year. I tried to do everything right. I just couldn't lose anymore. Then my daughter, she lives in Korea. She had another second baby, and she needed her support system. And she asked Dave and I, my husband, if we could go over and help out, be her support system for 5.5 months.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So we went over, we ate Korean food. We got to love kimchi and tofu and eat with chopsticks to slow it down. And
I was going to say, did it slow it down? I'm sure it does.
Absolutely it does. Because, you're not you can't wolf it, right? Like first, yeah, we even make our own kimchi today. I hear my husband saying that from upstairs. We love kimchi, and it's a probiotic, and it's one of the superfoods. Have you heard of kimchi? Have you had it?
Yeah, I have.
I have definitely heard of it. I've never had it before, though.
It's helped with my husband's diabetes as well. So then I got a personal trainer. He wanted to learn English, and I wanted I wanted him as a personal trainer. So we exchanged, we bartered, and he kept pushing me, Isaac. My husband was making all the meals. We were walking with the baby because he was a crier. Julie and I would switch spots. Her husband was my ego supporter. He's my best cheerleader.
Like a family affair.
Pardon?
It was like a family affair. It's like all
of you. Exactly. We were, we had our team, our tribe. Of course, I had WW. I'd weigh myself once a week, and I'm a perpetual weigher, so that was a great thing too. So I got back from Korea, and my tribe in Cornwall hadn't seen me for 5 months, but I had lost 40 pounds. But to them, it was like I had lost 40 pounds overnight because they remembered me at 192, and here I was 146, right? And people were flabbergasted, just flabbergasted. I got to go when I got back.
That's amazing.
I love that story. And I love the story because guess what? There was no Weight Watchers WW meeting in Korea. I'm sure of it.
No, there wasn't.
The fact that you were able to apply tools that you learned at WW in another country and still be able to be successful on program is insane and goes to show you that the program works.
And I want to note something else there is that a lot of people, they go through their lives and they say something happens to me and I can't make the program apply anymore to my life because this event happened. You went to Korea and you still made it work. And I want to point that out because a lot of people give up when things change in their life or there's a change that happens and they say, I can't do this anymore because the changes happen. I can't refocus on this. Sometimes you just have to find a different way to focus on it. And that's what you did. You went to Korea without having your W workshops, without having everything you needed, but you found a way with other people and other support systems to get where you needed to go. So I love that you did that. It's an amazing story.
Definitely.
So I think the next question I want to ask you is, so you said that when you went, when you started your journey, your story, you said that you went to the doctors, you were trying to get on a pill. Was that your turning point? Was that the moment? Like, what really made you want to do this?
That was a breaking point and my turning point. If that is a thing. Yes. I was in such a big black hole. I had lost hope. And I like to believe that I'm a positive person. I have deep faith, but nothing can pull me out. And it was a birthday gift. It was around my birthday, January the 9th. And my daughter saw how desolate I was. And I thought, I'm not giving up this time. Even when I retired and I regained the 40 pounds, I knew what I had to do. I hear people say, I wish I could get to goal. I don't want to pay anymore. I'm going to be happy again. Everything's going to be wonderful. And to me, when I came back and even when I was going initially, it never bothered me that I was spending whatever the fee was, because I knew that was an investment in my health. And I knew that I was going to be doing this forever. And, for people to say, I can't wait because I'm going to get there and then it's going to be done. It's never done.
It never is.
Anything that's worth having is worth working for. I always told my kids that.
And the thing is I think when you have that mentality of once I get there, I'll be done, that means there's an end. But there's no end to this journey. This journey keeps going after you meet goal and after you achieve that.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to ask you, the one thing I wanted to ask is the one thing you learned about yourself during these last 16 years. What are the things that you learned about yourself?
Well, I've gained confidence, immeasurable confidence. I think we all have stories that are sad, yet they're invigorating as well. You think, I spend so much time trying to engineer, on the plane. Is the seatbelt going to fit me? Am I going to need an extender? And I was there. I was fighting to get the buckle on. Yeah, exactly, Nick. You've been there, right?
Yeah.
Or you have to get to the bathroom and you're not sure if you're going to be able to get by, two people in the aisle, or your butt's going to be hitting somebody that's sitting down.
And Wanda, I'm sure you had this, you still to this day have the syndrome when you get on a plane, you still turn sideways to walk down the aisle because you still think you're going to hit people because you used to always have to walk sideways. I still have that same mentality where I walk on a plane and I'm always like, oh wait, no, I can walk normal now. I'm not going to hit, my butt's not going to hit everyone on the way, right? And that's
and when it happens, when you realize it, oh my gosh, it's like you've given me a present, right? We moved into a new house and there's a pantry and I thought, oh, this is nice and deep, a walk-in pantry. And I thought, I'm going to try it. And I didn't have to squeeze in. I could walk right in. Yay. It's like a gift every time. Or, I sat down, I said already, my faith is very deep. And to me, I received a miracle. Those last 40 pounds, I asked for a miracle. I received it. So I want to help by giving back. But anyways, I remember going to a choir practice and it was outside on the patio porch and there was a swimming pool. I sat in the chair and I broke it in front of everybody. It just devastated, but that's okay because that's a lesson learned. And you ask what I've learned that you have to be kind to yourself. You have to love yourself first that's what Oprah's talk was about, right? It was a wonderful speech. It resonated with me. And I've learned that I can speak up for myself and for others. I've learned so many things. It would take a lot longer than this time that we have with you guys to share. But I've learned to be grateful.
I love that. I love the fact that this teaches you, and you learn so much about yourself in this journey, because guess what? This journey is finally about you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we don't associate ourselves in this journey at the beginning, because we think it's what other people perceive I am, or what other people think or what I think other people look at me or see me.
One thing that's powerful also what you just said there is sharing your story about the chair. I think every single, or at least most WD members have a story or a moment in time where they remember they were embarrassed because of their weight, or something happened because of their weight, and that memory is ingrained in all of us. And some of us still go back to that memory sometimes if we're still struggling, because we still feel we're there. And so I love that you share that, because it's very vulnerable to share that kind of story, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there are afraid to share that story. If you're watching this right now and you've had a moment like that, sometimes talking about it and releasing it helps you kind of get over that moment and that thing that happened. So we encourage anyone watching this right now, talk about those moments with others. Find a friend you can talk about it, because it might help you kind of move on from those situations. Because we've both had as well situations where we were embarrassed because of our weight, and we've discussed it now, and it's kind of like we moved on from it. So I just like that you discussed that with us.
Yeah, definitely. Even for myself, I always remember one of my biggest things when I was bigger is when my stomach would show if I lift my arms up. I hated that. That was something that was so embarrassing to me. Or even when I would sweat and you would see me full of sweat because I was so big, and I wouldn't even need to move, and my shirt would be wet. And it was those moments that made me realize that, you know what, that's not the important part, but the fact that I could overcome those moments now, and I can talk about them and know that, you know what, I had to experience those to appreciate where I am now.
Yeah. And I think you're in the same mindset as well. You have to go through those moments to appreciate where you're at today. And I think that's part of the why as well. It becomes part of, your reason for doing it. So you don't want to be on a chair that breaks again, right? Yeah. All these things. I never want to walk on a plane and have to turn sideways. I never want to have the belt extend or feel like I can't get a belt on in a plane, right? So these are all non-victories that are part of and parcel of everything you're trying to do on your journey.
Definitely.
Yes. And I kept, you talk about journals and NSVs, and I kept, as I was losing 10 pounds every decade, because it seemed like, Matthew McConaughey said this once. He said when he was trying to lose weight for a part in the movie, he'd say it seemed like every decade was hard. It was hard to break those decades. And so, at 289, I mean, there were many decades, but I took it one decade at a time, and I keep a journal. At 280, I was able, when I was working, and I was able to do great things in my life. I got married. I had 2 beautiful children. I had a professional, beautiful job with the provincial government, but I could never get hold of my weight. So at 270, I was able to go up the stairs to get to the meeting room without having to take a little break at the end of the hall, so I wasn't sitting down huffing and puffing, right? And at 260, I could cross my legs, and at 240, so keeping a journal of all of these wonderful NSVs that are happening, and when you're feeling down, to read them again and think, this is how far I've come. It's not, I've gained 2 pounds last week. I've lost 148.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. Because a lot of us always look at the negative, at the gains. We don't look at what's changed. And I love what you said earlier also about the money aspect of it. A lot of us want to get the gold and not have to pay. And we pay money to go get our nails done. We pay money to go
get our hair done.
We pay all this money to make our outside look beautiful, but we never want to invest in making something for our insides. And the outside is affected by what you put in you. And
Absolutely.
So you're investing, like you were saying, you're investing in yourself.
Definitely, 100% investing. So what is that payment once a month in order to make sure that you're investing in not having to pay for the medications down the line anymore?
There you go. Yeah, right? My doctor said the best medication you can take is exercise. She said, there's no medication I can give you that's going to be better than the exercise that you're doing.
Amazing.
And it's never too late. These are all of my books since 2003. And I said, I've been a Weight Watcher since 1975. So it's never too late, and you can never give up. this is so worth it, this trip.
I love that.
I love that story, and I love that you saved all that, because that is part of your story now. That is part of who you are, and you never want to lose that. So another question we have for you, we know that WW is really big on the 4 pillars, right? We have the sleep pillar, the food pillar, activity pillar, mindset pillar, and sleep pillar. And we wanted to ask you what was the hardest pillar for you to overcome?
The hardest pillar for me was mindset. And that's when I started seeing this as the way I'm living rather than it's a diet, the light bulb went off. I remember sitting one day having a big, it's called a Big Mac salad. It's, lettuce with, you've heard of it and you've had it?
Yeah.
It's yummy.
It tastes like Big Mac.
I've never had it.
It tastes like a Big Mac without bread.
Yeah.
Nick, you've never had it?
I'm not a Big Mac fan. I don't like, I'm not a big, I don't like ketchup much. Like I'm a very minimal, I'm very fussy. Chocolate. I don't like chocolates. I'm a very fussy
Oh my
person.
gosh. We've got to talk, you and I. Come on. Oh gosh. So what is your nemesis then?
My nemesis is salty. So chips,
okay.
fries, pasta. I'm a very savory person. He's a very sweet person. So we both have the 2 gamuts. But
you
that's
and I, Jean-Luc, you and I. Anyways, yeah, the Big Mac salad. I was sitting there, and the other thing was, as I'm preparing my food and stuff, I'm thinking I'm doing meal prep at the same time, and it's not bothering me. It's just like my tracking. I track. It's like I breathe now. But anyways, I sat there and I said to myself, if I had to eat like this for the rest of my life, I could. And then it clicked, and I thought, I am. That's what I'm doing. I'm eating like this for the rest of my life. It's not a diet. I love the food that I'm eating. I'm feeling healthy. So I converted my whole family. My husband lost 120 pounds through the process.
Wow.
I lost 150. My son lost 140, and my daughter lost 40. So
wow,
it was contagious. WW was contagious.
You know what's funny, Wanda? What's funny is that when we first started our journey and we started sharing our weight loss, our family started changing as well. They started changing their habits, and they started losing weight as well. And I find that that's such an amazing thing to see another family embrace the journey and do it together, because you all bought yourself more time together.
And what I love is I love the fact that like your husband and children saw how important this was to you. And instead of saying, well, she's going to have to do it on her own, they just went along with the flow. They went with they just followed along and just didn't even create, like, it doesn't, for someone to lose 100, your husband to lose 120, your son to lose 100, whatever, your daughter to lose 40, they drank the Kool-Aid, let's say, and they went, hey, if mom can do it, I can do it.
Exactly.
And that's
yes, my mother always had a weight problem. And my son, unfortunately, took after me. I remember sitting on the back porch eating a blueberry pie. It was frozen. People that say, put your desserts in the freezer and, that you'll forget about them. Oh, no, they're even better. Jean-Luc, are you with me on this one?
I love frozen anything. Like chocolate.
Exactly, right?
Put anything in the freezer and it tastes better.
Exactly. So they saw me struggle with my weight. My mother died of complications from diabetes. And that was one of the factors that influenced me as well. And the light went on, and it was my time. I think there is a season, to laugh. There's a season to cry. People say, why did it work for her and doesn't work for me? It will work for you. You just have to be patient and persevere and do the same thing over and over every day. Every day is a great time to start over again. What program allows you to wake up in the morning to say, oh, this is a new day, I can start over, instead of the negative feelings that we used to experience? Oh no, I didn't do it yesterday. I didn't follow my program. You're terrible. Like, what's wrong with you? What a great shift in the mindset. Every day's a new day to start fresh.
It's breaking that tape recorder that we have it's almost like we have that old tape recorder in our heads and it's stuck and it's on a loop and we can't break that loop, and it's learning how to break it.
Yeah, changing habits, right?
Definitely.
So our next question, you kind of already answered it. It was, how was your life impacted others by your journey? And it seems that your family has been very greatly impacted by your changes. Has there been other people, coworkers, other family members, other than your own direct family? Has there been more?
Well, my son always, Joey, always related to me, as I said, because he always had a weight problem too. And as a parent, you feel guilty. You think, I don't want them to have a chocolate bar. I don't want them to have any sweets. You kind of project your problems onto them. And he did, he came home from school hurt many times, and so that was hard. But WW has been part of my life since since I was 25, and I'm 68 now, and I'm younger. I feel younger and more energetic than I've ever felt. My son says, "Mom, there's no way you can be 68. There's no way." So, and people say, "Oh, look at her. She's wearing young clothes," and I'm thinking, yeah, I am, because I wore old lady clothes for so long. Had to go into Penningtons, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thank goodness for Penningtons. No. I'm done wearing the old clothes. I'm wearing the new clothes, and I'm proud of it. So Joey inspired me to do better. My tribe in Cornwall, we set goals for ourselves, and we meet them, and if we don't meet them, we start over again. You guys are incredible. Everybody on WW is what an amazing program. I can't say enough about WW, and I'm a coach. I'm not a coach. I want to be a coach. I'm a guide. I'm a WW guide whenever, things start opening up again.
Yeah, cool.
And guess what? I guess that coach title is just going to be a new goal for you to attain that. Right? Exactly. What we've kind of finally realized is a lot of this journey is putting it out there, is actually verbalizing what you want and throwing it in the universe. Because if you don't do it, if you keep those things inside of you, where do they go?
Yep.
No.
It's also about coming to terms with your food addictions and realizing what areas you need to work on. And then once you realize those, then you find the tools to help you work on those areas. And
oh my gosh.
Applying that mindset forever. So if you know you have an issue with snacking, find a way to make snacking work for you in a way that you can sustain it forever. If you're a person that can quit snacking forever, do it. Then work with that. But you have to find what works for you as a forever solution. Because if you're thinking right now, I'm doing this right now and I'm waiting to get to my goal weight, and when I get the goal weight, snacks will come back, then you're basically doing the same diet routine that all of us have always done. Is that you're doing a period of time, you're cutting things out to lose weight. And then when you finish that period of time, you're going to restart your old habits and gain the weight back. But if you're looking instinctively at what you're doing today and trying to fix those pieces and changing them slowly, then eventually things will start working and you'll start losing weight. And then when you get the goal, you're already doing what you enjoy. So the weight won't creep back up as well. It could still creep back up because, habits change. But if you find the right tools, you'll find ways to always limit that and help that flow.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if we're always mindful and we always have the program, because it's always in there, no matter, even when you say, oh, I've had a bad day, or I haven't followed the program today, because we've all been there, done that, where, things are tempting. And sometimes we give in to the temptation. But there's no such thing as feeling bad about that temptation anymore, because we're just human. I think a lot of being human.
So I love that you guys were, when I first saw how you were, I watched one of your fireside chats and you talked about incorporating your snacks into your daily routine. And I thought, I love that, because, I get to the end of my day and I have no more points, and, I can go into my weeklies, but there's something up here that says, don't go in too many, because you're trying to keep the weight off. And then you guys come up with a plan. Like, I'm going to incorporate, I saved 9 of my points for my snacks. I'm thinking, these guys are wonderful. Where did you get that? Like, think about it.
Had to learn.
We had to figure out that snacks was our most important meal of the day. As odd as that sounds, but we tried so many times of getting rid of that one part of our journey, snacks. We thought we can't live with snacks because it's bad for you, but never succeeded. We were never able to see
this time. We embraced snacking, learned how to snack, and we've actually been successful and lost the weight. So again, it's not. And I know some people are doing, what? You're still snacking, you lost weight? Yes, but we learned to snack correctly. We looked at our habits and said, I'm not having chips anymore every night. I'm going to get some WW snacks. I'll have that. It's pointed out, it's 2 points. I know I can have my crunchy chip-like snack. I'll do that with a wedge of Laughing Cow. There's 1 point. Use that as my dip. So there's different ways you can do things that to incorporate into your life so you can still enjoy those moments you used to enjoy, but differently than you did before.
Because back then, a snack was a snack. Now, a snack is actually a snack. It's not a meal.
Jean-Luc, isn't it wonderful too that it's not so much that, you know, you're doing it because, you know, you want to lose weight or you want to maintain, it's that you want to have that control. So, you know, you have your snacks portioned out, you eat it, and then you put it aside, and then the next day you wake up and you think, I won the day. I had snacks. I didn't overdo it. They don't control me. I control them.
And I got to enjoy them because I honestly think we've come to realize that back in the day when we would binge eat, because that's what it was. We didn't even taste the food,
right?
We had no clue what food tasted like because it was just open mouth, insert, swallow, digest. I don't even know if we digest it, to be honest with you.
Exactly, and I call it mindless eating, right? We've all been there.
Yeah. We've been there, definitely been there.
Yeah, so there's a saying, you know, you can have a bite. 1's okay, 2's not bad, 3's too much. And I think that's how the French eat, right? Like, and you can't taste past the second or third bite anyways. You're just, like you said, you're just wolfing it down.
Just wolfing it down.
So I do have one last question to ask you. If you were to tell someone that just started today, the biggest lesson and the biggest tip you can give them, what would that be?
It's my motto is never give up. Never give up. Love yourself. You're gonna make it. It's yours too, right?
That's yours too, yeah. That's
because my story says it, and I will continue to never give up. Every day is a new day to restart. That's why this program is wonderful. And you know, the app is incredible. You never have to be alone. If you're alone, pick up the WW app. Take a look on Connect. See the wonderful stories of inspiration there. But yeah, never give up.
Thank you so much, Wanda.
I completely agree with that. I think what ends up happening is we give up too quickly. People give up too fast, and they don't have that patience, and they need to cure the patience. Like, you know, feed that patience and make sure that patience becomes part of your journey.
Yeah.
The more patient you are, the more success you see.
Yeah. And I want to give a big shout out to my Cornwall tribe.
Sure.
They're incredible. Crazy Kim, Coach Kim, Michelle, the guide, Marjorie, who comes to your fireside chats, and Joyce and Peggy. Yeah, you know, we see each other on the different virtual meetings and stuff, and it's like a big family, right? I think you guys said it. You're never alone here, and we've all been on the journey. We're going to continue the journey until the good Lord says it's time to go, right? And we'll keep on fighting. We'll fight the good fight.
That's the true goal. That's the true goal.
Exactly.
End of the life, that's the goal.
We want that to be as far back as we possibly can.
Yeah, for sure, right? My mother passed away when she was 68. I'm 68 now, so if I get past 68, I'm freewheeling it.
I love that you changed your history.
Your family's history.
You've changed all of your entire family, and I hope you realize, Wanda, how you've impacted your family, your family's family, like your son and daughter's children are going to be impacted because of all of this, and it all stemmed from you wanting and deciding to make that change.
Yep, it's him upstairs that's been with me every step of the way, and hopefully he'll continue. And my husband too, he's been an incredible resource. He does all the cooking. I don't cook, guys. Like, he's my cook, and he used to be like, what do you want? And I'd say, well, this and that. He'd plate it for me, and I'd say to him, you know, let me plate it myself, because the portions are always too big, right? And I say, if you put it on the plate, I got to eat it all. So, you know, so he's followed through. He doesn't complain. I'm blessed.
Oh, you are so lucky, Wanda. I love hearing that.
Thank you so much for joining us for this interview today. For those of you watching right now, this interview is airing today, but tomorrow, Wanda will be with us on our fireside chat.
Yes, she will be our guest host.
Yes, she'll be with us. We'll chat. You guys saw us do it with Karen. You saw us do it with Naomi. You saw us do it with Melanie. Same deal. So tomorrow night, please join us on our fireside chat to chat with Wanda.
You'll be able to ask more questions to Wanda about her journey. She can probably go into a little bit more details as well. But thanks again, Wanda. We can't thank you enough for being here and sharing your amazing story, because everybody's story is important.
Yeah.
My great honor. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and subscribe to our channel. You can also find us on all social media using #WGays.
Or you can find us on our website at www.gays.com.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Mwah.